Introducing the Rogue Rig 2.0. We went back to the drawing board to revamp the standard Monster Light rig, and this is what we came up with. First, hole spacing. We're still using the same 3x3 11 gauge steel that you've always seen on the Monster Light rigs, but now we have 2-inch on center hole spacing on all 4 faces of every upright. That gives you a whole lot more in the way of options for pull-up bar placement and attachment placement. Now, in addition to that, we still have the same 1-inch on center hole pattern through the bench region, the standard west side hole spacing. Now, these new uprights are compatible with older rigs, so if you wanted to add just a couple new uprights to your current rig, you can do that. Next up, a new crossmember. We've replaced the parallel bar crossmember with a beam and pull-up bar crossmember. The beam itself is going to add a ton of stability to this rig. You're going to find if you have 8, 10, or 12 people on it, this thing is bomber, rock solid, not going to move. The pull-up bar is dropped down a bit, so it's going to add a little extra space for your head during pull-ups or chin-ups. With that said, we do not recommend doing muscle-ups on this configuration. For muscle-ups, you're going to want to use the 70-inch pull-up bar. This has been updated to have pass-through construction, which means the bar actually passes through the bracket prior to being welded. This makes it more rigid. And if you look up in the corners, you're going to also notice that we've updated the gussets for this rig. Probably the coolest new feature of the Rogue Rig 2.0 is the racked version. The racked version utilizes a 70-inch crossmember at the top and at the bottom so that we can drop in an upright tube and bracket to create a power rack within the rig. What you see here is we've set up a 43-inch rig utilizing the 43-inch pin pipe safety, but you could set that up for a 30-inch or even a 24-inch segment. Now you can do that for just one part of your rig, or you can do it for 10 stations if you wanted to. And you can also change that on a daily basis simply by taking out the upright tube and putting a pull-up bar back in. Completely customizable. Now, we still offer the Monster Light rig in its current configuration, but with the addition of the new uprights. In total, that's 3 new configurations for the Rogue Rig 2.0. If you have any questions, email team@roguefitness.com.